Hello everybody, I'm glad you're here today. Today is September 4th, 2025. In this video, I'm going to talk about just kind of a few things that are happening in the world that are not de-escalating. The whole thing's not de-escalating, y'all. It is escalating. So I'm going to talk about that. I want to hear what you think, what you're seeing. I also am going to give you a prepper tip that will help you you'll like this. You'll like this. Help you get blank. I'm going to show you and just tell you, reveal what that is. It's going to be nice. And we're going to read out of the Bible before I hang up here. So anyway, this should be good. It's going to be short, y'all, because y'all, I've been in my parents' garage all day. I've been on the phone to the RV people trying to get the whole deal set up and get their new trailer bought, their new RV. We're going to park it right beside my house. And then I just got done mowing the lawn. And it's hot out today. Tomorrow, the high is supposed to be like 74, which is like super great. But today, it's 90 something. I live in the panhandle of Texas. So anyway, so I just came in here right quick after I got done mowing. And I just thought, okay, here we go. Here we go. Just checking in, say, y'all, we can make it. Just keep going. Endure to the end. Hook arms. Let's go, kids. All right. So what I have heard, the whole well, I don't know which bomber it is. I know it's a stealth bomber flying, if not one, more than one, flying over the Atlantic Ocean. I think if it was something like we would not know about it, if it was super, super secret, but it is something I raised my eyebrow at, like, oh, okay. The whole Venezuelan, bombing that boat. We got rid of a lot of drugs, according to the president. And maybe we did, maybe not. I don't know, y'all. I think it's just I think the drug cartel is the story that we're being told. I'm sure there's some good that can come from us policing that a little bit in Venezuela. But honestly, I'm my hat's hung on regime change. I'm thinking we want that oil. That's what I think. We want that oil, y'all. So that's my opinion based on what I'm putting together. What is your opinion? Do you agree with me or not? I mean, if you agree, you can just put agree in the comment section. You don't even have to write a whole bunch of things. But totally, that is odd. The whole Venezuelan thing is like a whole new front. Like we've just opened up another front. That's what it feels like. All right. So those are things I'm still tuning in, y'all. I've been I know, I'm sitting here sweating to death. I've been so busy plowing through things. My dad had this huge suitcase. Oh, I don't even want it was a trunk. And I said, Daddy, what is in that trunk? He said, I don't know. That might be some of my brother's stuff. His brother passed away several years ago. I said, if I open this up and Uncle Dale's ashes are in this trunk, they're going in the dumpster, Daddy. They're just going in the dumpster. We're not keeping those no more. And he said, I gave those away. So anyway, we've already taken care of his ashes, apparently. We opened up the trunk and it's just full of family pictures. That's all. I thought, okay, I can do this. I like our family pictures. So I literally, out of thousands of photographs, I just reached in and pulled one out. And you know what it was? It was a picture of me and my mom and my dad when I was graduating from high school in 1984. And I mean, we look good, y'all. I was like, look how good we all look. I said, compare that to how we look today. We're just in there sweating in our nasty old clothes, dirt all over us. And I said, but we're still together. We're still going. So anyway, that was stinking hilarious. We thought that was funny. So I digress, y'all. Just hang with me here. I don't think I've ever given you. I'm changing course here, so keep up with me. I don't think I've ever given you this prepping tip. I may have. I cannot honestly remember if I did or not. Regardless, it's a good one to bring up to the front because it's easy and cheap, all right? And I wish I had one here to show you. I do not at the moment. Like I just ran in here like, what I do have is this right here. If you can buy you some black spray paint and just have it on hand, and if you keep milk cartons, wash them, or any kind of plastic container, whatever, doesn't matter, doesn't have to be a milk carton. Wash it out, of course, keep it washed, and you're not going to be drinking it. And you're not going to be putting this in it. You're going to be spray painting that jug. Spray paint milk jugs black, solid black, all the way around. Put them out in the sun, and you will have hot water in just, I don't know how many hours. It depends on how hot you want your water, but that sun's gonna heat that water up. You can also paint jugs of water or jugs or buckets or whatever, and put them in the sun, let them heat up all day, and then you could actually put them under plastic with your plants, like in the wintertime with your tomato plants or whatever, that you want to extend the growing season, and then that heat throughout the night comes out and it'll keep everything warm under that plastic. So I don't know if you consider black spray paint as a prepping item, but I do. I've got several cans of spray paint. And if it comes down to it, we're going to be heating water that way. It does not, you don't need fuel for it. Like, you don't need to get firewood or use your propane or your butane or your diesel or your gasoline. You just use the sun. And that's quiet. It's a quiet way of warming water. So when you wash dishes, you can just grab one of those hot jugs, and y'all, it's not like boiling hot, but it's warm enough to do a good job. It feels good. And I remember when I first heard this tip way back, it was like 2020. I spray painted several of those, and then I put a thermometer in and actually tested how hot they got by the end of the day, and they were toasty, y'all. So I would totally think about doing that experiment. That's fun. If you homeschool, that's kind of a fun experiment to learn about solar energy, but it's also just practical. It's just practical, y'all. So grab you some. I just threw away a bunch of spray paint that was in my parents' garage. That's why it made me think of it. I thought, oh yeah, spray paint's a good prepping item, tell you the truth. Anyway, okay. Now then, we're moving on to just encouragement, and then I've got to go. My house, what's happening is I'm working over at my parents' house, and then when I get home, I've got all my own work I still have to do, and so I'm running behind. But let us stop and remember this one thing. The victory with Jesus is won. The war is over for us. The battles are still going on, but the war has been won. When Jesus died on the cross, conquered death when he rose, and he's coming back to get us. All right? So all that's a good thing. Those are all things we need to be thinking about and remembering. So here we go. We're just going to read out of Revelation chapter 21 from our brother John, who wrote this. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the old heaven and the old earth had disappeared, and the sea was also gone. And I saw the holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven like a bride, beautifully dressed for her husband. I heard a loud shout from the throne saying, "Look, God's home is now among his people. He will live with them, and they will be his people. God himself will be with them. He will wipe every tear from their eyes." And there will be no more death, or sorrow, or crying, or pain. All these things will be gone forever. I didn't mean to get choked up, y'all. It's getting me in the feels, let me tell you, okay? And the one sitting on the throne said, "Look, I am making everything new." And then he said to me, "Write this down, for what I tell you is trustworthy and true." In all the BS flying around in our world that we're living in, what I'm about to read that John wrote down is trustworthy and true. And he also said, "It is finished. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. To all who are thirsty, I will give freely from the springs of the water of life. All who are victorious will inherit all these blessings, and I will be their God, and they will be my children." I'll take it. I'll take it. Not only will I take it, I got it. Because I believe Jesus is the Son of God with all of my, that is the essence of who I am. And I hope you do too. Hang on to him, y'all. The world is shifting. The world is changing at a rapid pace. I can't keep up. You know, right now I'm just like, I'm barely getting those people from that lot over there to this lot over here. That's where I'm at, okay? But when it comes to looking at the world, that whole thing going on in China with their parade and all those, you know, people over there, the world leaders. Yeah, I got God. And that's all I need. And that's all you need. So, in the essence, hold on to that above everything else. And then, whatever He tells you to do, however He tells you to get ready, however He grows you, just be the empty vessel willing to take what He gives and serve Him. It's really that simple. And love. Love is the greatest thing of all. All right. I'm going to leave that with you. Then I'm fixing to go wash my dishes because the breakfast dishes are still there and it's in the afternoon. So I'm going to just let y'all go. Y'all can chew on that. Stay safe, America. From the pantry, this is Gina Lima Charlie. I'm out.